Hey everybody, this is Carrera.
I'm Ray.
I'm Rob. Tonight we are doing our before and after trailer reactions for Ready Player One.
I'm ready.
So a new Spielberg movie coming out of San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I think a new Spielberg movie is always kind of something to be celebrated. Don't know much about it. I mean, I know that it's based off a book.
Which we didn't read.
I didn't read it.
That sounds like a video game, which should be fun.
I'd be curious to see how Steven Spielberg handles something like this. Obviously, he's a master of science fiction, but morphing video games into film, like that whole idea it's kind of another level just beyond being a good science fiction director.
The synopsis is basically this lead actor is in this MMO, and apparently there's just, the developer of the game dies, and he has an Easter egg, and if you find this Easter egg, you win his fortune. That's not a bad thing in a dystopian future. So
not at all.
You know, I'm sure there's gonna be a race to do this. Every single person, I guess, who plays this game is going after this. Probably lots of room for creativity, maybe too much room.
And that is a very good point. You know, as we've talked about it, older directors having this kind of like Candyland kind of thing now where they can make anything they want happen because of CGI. And Spielberg, I feel like, has done pretty well at staying on the right side of that. So maybe, you know, he is the guy for this movie in that respect. I think another thing that really is going for this movie is the cast. Tye Sheridan. So if you guys are a fan of Mud, which I'm a huge fan of Mud. Mark Rylance, I think, is also in this movie, reteaming with Spielberg again. TJ Miller. Ben Mendelsohn, a great character actor who I think needs to get more attention, so that's really awesome. Simon Pegg. A touchstone I could see is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. If you can kind of strike that balance between video game and science fiction, you've got something special. So we'll see if Spielberg can do that.
Yeah, see if he can keep it reined in.
Yep.
Let's check it out and see how well he did.
Let's see what we got.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio. In 2045, it's still ranked the fastest growing city on Earth. But sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks. They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere.
Scary, my head
There's
here.
nowhere left
Had to go
go.
downstairs to get his video game?
Nowhere. Except the Oasis. It's the only place that feels like I mean
My
anything.
God, it's full of stars.
It's a world where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
Iron Giant? Holy grail of pop culture.
Freddy Krueger?
Yes, that was.
I'm coming after you, bitch.
Popo. Yeah. Here's the DeLorean. A Tron bike. What was that?
I think that looked like fun.
I think there definitely looked like there was a lot of room for fun.
I think there also looked like a lot of room for things to go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this trailer was, once it got going, about 200 miles an hour. So it was like, hold on for dear life. If the whole movie's like that, it would be really weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, the pop culture references could be really cool.
Yeah.
They could come off kind of cheesy.
You're noticing Freddy Krueger, you're noticing the DeLorean, you're noticing the Iron Giant, and you're like, I guess my gut reaction would be like, you're actually going to see these characters in the movie. Maybe not all of them a lot, but it looked like the DeLorean is his car.
Right.
It looked like Iron Giant was standing next to him like his partner's avatar in the game. So it's like, could somebody be the Iron Giant for a whole movie? Like,
right. A lot of times when they do those types of pop culture references, it's either some kind of a timestamp, comedic effect, or just some kind of like little Easter egg. You're right. A lot of these things are going to have a weight to them far beyond that. Like that can prove kind of difficult for those moments to land.
It's a tool we really haven't seen used, where you're using like iconic images as characters, but they're not themselves. They're just somebody playing, like somebody using that skin. That could either be really distracting or it can be cool.
I do have a lot to say about this trailer, but the underlying theme is this is in the hands of Steven Spielberg. If there's anybody who's proven they can handle most any situation, it's him. So there is that faith that I think, I know I'm going to have, and I think a lot of people will.
We have to.
That being said, another movie that pops in my head instantly when I watch this movie, unfortunately, is Sucker Punch. Yeah. I cringe a little bit just thinking about it.
Just because of like the sensory overload-ish type, throw anything you want in the sink.
Exactly. One thing that I keep, again, saying in my mind, besides just Spielberg being in charge of this, is that it's also from a source material and not just Zack Snyder's brain, which proved to really just be ADD mental vomit. So I have to give Spielberg the benefit of the doubt is that he's going to be able to rein in all of these elements that, like you said, is really just kind of overpowering this trailer and let the narrative actually tell a story and not just be a visual smorgasbord.
And so interesting point there is something you kind of left feeling, I think, at the end of this trailer is what is the story? Now, I know this is only the first trailer. A lot of times the first trailers are more like kind of get you hooked, and the second trailers will actually reveal more of the story. But it's kind of hard to say like what's going to actually happen here. Like, they're in the game. How much are they in the game? And when they're in the game, is it just this chase movie to get this Easter egg? Is it like they're all trying to stop Tye Sheridan's character? Or is it more like an RPG where he's trying to find friends who help him out? And, there's the character development that way. Like, it's hard to tell like what you're actually going to be watching for 2 hours.
Some of the questions I have are the stakes. What are the stakes in this movie? I mean, yes, everybody's racing to find this Easter egg.
But if you don't get it, so what?
So what? Right? Oh, you're not, you don't have this fortune.
I'm not a millionaire now.
Right. Is there some sort of like life and death in it? Or is that type of thing? You do see the police force in there. What role are they going to play in it? You could imagine it being like some kind of an evil corporation or something. Maybe this guy who created the Oasis worked for this company and he didn't tell them about this Easter egg, and they want it as well. Right. So it's like they're trying to stop
keep control of the company or something.
Right. There's got to, you know what I mean? There's a lot of those types of stakes that I'm curious as to what it's actually going to be.
The other side of it too is, since we don't know how much of the movie is going to take place in Oasis, I'm guessing a chunk load. How is the cast going to be used? So is it all mocap? Is it a great cast, but they're all just doing voice work? That's something you kind of question too, because you don't really get 100% sure of who Tye Sheridan is once he hits Oasis. He kind of looks like this little Final Fantasy anime-ish type character. If he's playing the chunk of the movie in that form, you're not really getting Tye Sheridan, you're getting his voice.
There's a great cast in this movie. Who knows how many of those people are going to be in the game world, or how many of those people may just be in the real world. Obviously, we didn't see anybody outside of Tye Sheridan in this movie that we knew we saw. Right? I am, again, curious as to how these people are going to be used. I definitely don't want them to be just buried in this CGI kind of mocap that they don't necessarily get to really perform. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Andy Serkis has made a brilliant career out of making mocap characters, really grab at the heartstrings, but not everybody can do that. And
Spielberg does have, with BFG, he did have some experience on letting his actors kind of shine through that. But still hard, if you're under this skin, this avatar of a Freddy Krueger or an Iron Giant, you're not gonna be able to act through that. It's just that won't be mocap. That will just be voice work.
Yeah.
So you still might be losing some of those actors through that. Rob, let's rate it. Let's rate Ready Player One, Trailer One. You know how we do it. Midnight it, stream it, forget it. Where are you at?
Trailer One. I say I'm really excited to see a second trailer. I feel like once I get more of that narrative, I can really start getting more excited about this movie. But I will say, few years ago when Spielberg received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Oscars and they showed his reel, I cried. I am not going to lie, I cried. It made me realize why I love movies, and Spielberg is a master. And because of that, I have faith that he's going to be able to take this movie and really make it more than just what the shell that we see in this trailer. So because of that, I'm going to midnight it.
Fair point. Pretty much on the same page as you. Huge scope to this movie. I get like a smorgasbord of different movies that I kind of just feel are like permeating throughout this. You kind of get that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as they're chasing to find this fortune in the game. Wreck-It Ralph and Pixels with all the nostalgia in there. Maybe some Sucker Punch if they're not careful. So definitely want to see trailer 2 and see where the character arc is, you know, what the narrative of the story is really going to be. But have faith in Steven Spielberg. He's amazing. Despite our questions, this trailer feels fun.
Yeah.
And I will see fun on midnight as well.
Yeah, agreed. All right, everybody, that's it from us, but we want to know what you think about the Ready Player One trailer. Are you excited to see Spielberg back in the director's chair? Do you know something about this book that we don't? We want to know about it in the comments below.
Then hit the like and subscribe button so you can catch all of our upcoming videos.
Until then, this is Car Ray Rob.
I'm Ray.
And I'm Rob.
Whoa. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you trying to tell me that my mother's got the hots for me?
Precisely.
Whoa. This is heavy.
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull?